So this video is basically a request from a subscriber to do the video. So I am really excited about what you guys want me to talk about on my channel. So definitely drop it in the comments, because as you can see, I do take them, do some research, and actually do my video about some of the topics that you put up. Remember, I really focus on business, tech, and marketing. So hopefully it falls along those lines. But you know, if you got a little skincare or beauty stuff you want me to throw in, definitely, because your girl is a licensed esthetician. So you can do that as well. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise, and my channel is about business, tech, marketing, and everything in between there. You know, I did a video that's a get ready with me video. I will link it up above, right? Telling my life story, and the get ready with me kind of showed that esthetician side of me, that beauty side of me. So that's like my specialty area, is working with beauty business owners and estheticians like myself to help them get their business to the point where they're achieving success. All right, so that's one of my specialty areas. Now, if you, because I have worked with people that are not in the beauty business, like virtual assistants and people that are in jewelry, which I guess you could say beauty, but I have worked with different people in different industries, consulting, sales I've worked with. So the idea is that I specialize in that area. However, I have worked with people in the other different areas of business. So I know that was a long intro, but let's get into it for today's topic. Now, I'm going to be talking about traditional versus online business. Now, this was a topic that was requested. Yeah, I was going to say recommended. That was requested by one of my subscribers, you know, and Ricardo, shout out. And he requested this topic, and I thought, hey, that falls right along into the line of the things that I'm going to be talking about. So excuse the line running across my face. Like I said, I'm recording in a day, which is not normal for me, but you know, just bear with me. When the cars pass, it seems like there's some sort of reflection happening. Anyways, so Ricardo requested this topic, and I said, yes, definitely something that I want to do in my next batch of recording. Now, I do record in batches, so that's why you'll notice the same shirt in a lot of videos, because I don't record every week. I record in a batch, and then I edit the videos per week and put them out. All right, so traditional business versus online business. Now, I must say in 2021, because this year is pretty much over and we are entering 2021 in an entire different space that we entered 2020 with. Everything, almost everything, is online. All right, now in Jamaica, we are a little bit behind the power curve as far as online, and people are less into the transition process, but it's gonna have to happen. So, you know, you might as well be on the train of the first people that are doing it. Anyways, with a traditional business versus an online business, and we're gonna say in 2021. All right, now, obviously, if you are deciding to do business, I recommend that you register, right? So it is a legal requirement that if you are doing business, that you should register. All right, now what you register as, there's another video that I'm going to be doing. If it's up already, you'll see I'll link it in the information bar. But if it is not up yet, just keep your eyes open. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can get the notification once that video does come out. So you must register your business. I also have a video that I'm talking about legal compliance, which kind of goes into a little bit more information about the registration process and the steps that you take and what you're required to do as a registered business. And I'm going to link that right up there as well. All right, now, after you register, Well, I'm not doing these in order. I'm just going to compare the two, registering an online business versus a traditional business. Now, the registration fees will be the same. The only thing that will be different is the type of business that you're doing, if it's a corporation or sole trader. And I'm going to have a video, if it's not up yet, it will be up. I'm going to have a video talking about the difference between sole trader and LLC. That's coming up as well. And you know which one you should choose. All right, so after you register, so it's registration is done whether it's traditional or online, right? The thing about traditional business is you have a lot of overhead costs. You have rent, you have light, you have water, you have staff, and that's just the basics, right? If you have internet, you have cable, and you have infrastructure that you have to invest in, like furniture, equipment for this specific physical traditional business, right? Now for online business, no overheads, right? And that's one of the things that we really promote for you to start an online business, because there's no overhead. So what that means is you don't need a lot of capital up front. You don't need a lot of investment up front just to get started, as you would with a traditional business where you have a physical location or a storefront, or what some people call brick and mortar, right? That you need a lot more to get started. You need a lot of capital, right? Now there are grants out there, and there are a lot of things out there that can assist with that, but you just know that you need a lot of capital compared to an online business where you don't really have to have any capital, right? So that's a win right there for the online business. No overheads, no startup costs for the online business. For the traditional business, like I said, you're going to need equipment, infrastructure needed to set up in order to open, right? For traditional business, you're also going to need inventory, right? So if you're opening like a clothing store, you're going to need a lot of clothes, more than you would need if you're opening up an online business, because you can kind of invest and see what the market is demanding and then go from there. Although I do recommend doing your research. I have a video about research. I'm gonna link that up there. I do recommend doing your research on your industry as well as on your specific niche, all right, or target market. So you need a lot of inventory for, or I shouldn't say a lot, you need enough inventory for a traditional business, but you don't need a lot of inventory for a online business. All right, so that all equates to high startup costs for a traditional business and low startup costs for an online business. All right? Now, one of the things about a traditional business, because I've been talking about all the negative stuff, one of the good things about a traditional business is it's easier to gain customers to buy because you actually have a storefront. So people are easier to trust you. So the trust issue is easier because you have a storefront. So they know that it's going to be difficult for you to just pick up the store and disappear just because of a transaction or whatever. So people are more likely to utilize a business place that has a storefront. So that's a plus for traditional business, right? Now in 2020, with the pandemic that hit, all of that changed, all right? Ain't nobody really interested in going into the stores that much because, nobody want to get corona. Ain't nobody interested in meeting up with corona and having a party. No. So there's not a lot of people that are interested in going into a traditional business place. Now let me say this clearly. I say there's not a lot of people interested in going into traditional places, but there's still a lot of people that are interested in going in traditional business places. So don't let that be the reason why you don't start your traditional business or open up your storefront. All right. Once you have a good business plan and everything is set in place, go ahead and get that going. All right. And I do have a video about business plans. I got a video about everything, and I'm going to link that in the information bar. Right? I know I got a video about everything, right? All right. Now with the online business, customers are a little bit leery I was even talking to my neighbor last night, and she was telling me that she's really nervous about doing the online shopping because, there's a lot of scammers out there. I'm like, what is that? Yes, there's a lot of scammers out there, but it's like if you live your life without taking risks, and to me, that is not really a life or death risk. So it's a really a no brainer for me. But, just do your checks and balances before and get used to the idea of shopping online because that's where the world is going. All right. So customers are a little bit more hesitant to purchase with an online company. So that's a drawback. And for a traditional business, once you have a storefront, they're more likely interested to purchase because you have that storefront. So that helps to build their trust. Now, with a traditional business, you may need to employ staff. Now, that could be good and bad. All right. So when you're going to employ staff, you are going to have that as an overhead cost as well, right? However, the good thing about it is if you employ people in your country, it's going to help the economy and better the economy. So that's actually a plus. But because it's an overhead cost, traditional business kind of lose a point there. Or should they gain a point? Yeah. So I'm going to give them traditional business a point. For online business, the great thing about it is you can continue to work solo for a while. So you can actually get a plus there as well because you're not forced to hire staff as quickly as you would with a traditional business, because obviously traditional business is a little bit more hectic and it's not likely that you'll be able to do it on your own for a long period of time without getting burnt out. All right, but in online business, it's easy for you to accomplish that without staff and, be able to make profit. All right, the next thing is accepting payments. So when you have a traditional business or a storefront, it's easier for you to accept payments because, you can have cash, you can accept cash, which a lot of people prefer to use. And, if you have a card machine, you can accept cards as well as any other online payments. So you get to accept the hard cash, also the online option. All right, so that's a plus for traditional business because for online businesses, there's a barrier in accepting payments because you only do online payments, right? Or if the person is going to do deposit into your account, they have to wait in these long lines just to deposit the money into your account to purchase from you, which kind of takes the whole point away from having an online store if you do have to still go in these long lines just to make a purchase, right? So that's one of the barriers to having an online store is it limits you to only online payments or online transfers or whatever the case is. Now, I believe the country is getting to the point where more and more people do have cards and do have bank accounts, but there was a time not too long ago that hardly anybody had bank accounts and hardly anybody did business online. Now we are starting to catch up, and especially with the coronavirus, it has forced us to do a lot of stuff online. So I'm really, really proud of how the country is stepping up in that sense. Okay, so another thing now with traditional business is face-to-face communication, right? Now, face-to-face communication is always the best. That cannot go out of style, right? Now, obviously, we're not able to do the real face-to-face like we used to before because we have to be under masks. We have to be under all sorts of covering to protect ourselves from a virus. But normally with a traditional business, that is like a plus, right? Because you get to really, build a relationship with your customers and build a great rapport from this face-to-face in-person communication. It's way better than over the phone. Now, in 2021, virtual everything is going to be the way forward to building those personal relationships due to the pandemic. All right, so don't feel like because you're in an online business that face to face is the only way that you can really build a personal relationship with your customers. You can do it virtually as well as an online business. But that does give a traditional business the upper hand because they do offer that opportunity to do that. All right. And when you're thinking about it, even if you're building a customer relationship virtually, it does take a little bit more time than if you were building it on a face-to-face basis. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys, and I'm not going to go into real deep detail about this, but there's this thing called your aura, right? Or your energy. It's easier to be picked up when you're in person than when you are doing a virtual meeting. And a lot of people use that aura and that energy to determine if they want to do business with you or how comfortable they are doing business with you. And if they're not able to use that extra tool or that extra intuition to determine whether or not they want to do business with you, a lot of people are a little bit hesitant. So traditional business wins there. Now, the last thing that I have on my list for traditional business is the fact that if you're running a traditional business, you have overhead costs, but your home expenses are more than likely not going to be able to be written off in your taxes, right? However, if you're doing an online business, a portion of your home expenses can be written off in your tax filings. And that's in any country. So it's an awesome opportunity if you have an online business to actually reap that benefit. So let me tally them up. So I have 4 for the traditional business side and 6 for the online business side. So it seems like online business is a win for 2021. So if you are interested or thinking about starting a product or a service-based business, starting online seems to be the best way to go. Now here's a little tip, your extra tip at the end. If you are doing a service business, yes, you can start online. You set up your business page, register, set up your business page and all of that, and get sales through your social media and through your online presence, and go out to wherever the sales are to perform the services. All right, so that doesn't mean that you have to have a traditional business if you're a service business. Or if you're a service business that's not touching, you can actually do virtual meetings and send contracts virtually for people to sign and actually do your service without having to have a physical location. So don't think because you are a service-based business, you have to have a location. You don't, especially in 2021 with all the changes that's about to be made or that has been made in 2020 based on the pandemic. So we're moving into an online everything, right? So having an online business in this time is a plus. So the winner is online business. So you guys, if you need any help setting up your online business, you can click the link in the description to schedule an appointment with me, and I will go through a very detailed coaching audit to see what it is your business needs, and we'll determine together the things that needs to be done in your business to get your business where you want to go and to achieve your business goals. So thank you so much for sticking around till the end to get that extra tip. And as usual, I am loving it if you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can definitely follow my social media links, which will be in the description below. And I think that's it. Yeah. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Boo!